What's the most heartbreaking decision you've ever made to protect your child? My 10-year-old son Marcus came home from school crying because kids were calling him garbage boy. I thought it was typical bullying until I discovered the horrifying truth behind that nickname. His teacher, Mrs. Patterson, had been making him eat lunch alone in the hallway for 3 weeks because his free lunch smelled weird and was distracting other students. She'd announced to the entire class that some families just can't afford proper food while pointing directly at Marcus. When I confronted her the next morning, she smiled that condescending smile teachers use when they think they're untouchable. Marcus is very sensitive, she said, adjusting her designer glasses. Maybe if you packed him more appropriate meals, he could eat with the other children. Some parents just need to prioritize better. I'm a single mom working 2 jobs, overnight cleaning at an office building and morning shifts at a gas station. Those free lunches weren't just convenient, they kept us from going hungry. I explained our situation, but she just shrugged and said the classroom environment came first. I requested an emergency meeting with Principal Johnson, but Patterson had been there 20 years and was practically untouchable. Johnson listened politely, then suggested I was overreacting, and maybe Marcus needed to develop thicker skin. He actually said kids these days were too coddled. That night, Marcus asked if we were really poor. He said Mrs. Patterson told another teacher that welfare families were dragging down test scores and good parents would find a way to pack proper lunches. My heart shattered, so I made a decision that terrified me financially, but felt absolutely necessary. I quit my gas station job and started volunteering in the school cafeteria every single day. I told them I wanted to give back to the community. For 3 weeks, I watched Patterson in action. She didn't just isolate Marcus, she had a whole system. Free lunch kids sat at separate tables. She'd make comments like, "I can smell the poverty from here," when kids opened their government-provided meals. She even kept a list of which kids got free lunch and shared it with other teachers during their gossip sessions. I secretly recorded everything on my phone, hidden in my volunteer apron pocket. Patterson calling kids charity cases, her telling the art teacher that these people didn't value education, her making a little girl throw away her entire lunch because the mac and cheese was too orange and offensive to look at. The breaking point came when I watched her force Marcus to clean the cafeteria floor during his lunch period as punishment for spilling milk. While other kids ate and laughed, my son was on his hands and knees with paper towels, tears streaming down his face. When I had enough evidence, I didn't bother with the school board. They'd already dismissed me once. Instead, I called Channel 7 News. The reporter Sarah Martinez met me in my car outside school with my phone full of recordings and 3 weeks of documentation. The story aired that Thursday night. Teacher humiliates students over free lunch status. The footage was devastating. You could hear Patterson's voice clear as day calling kids drains on society and complaining about having to deal with these families. My phone rang nonstop. Parents came forward sharing their own horror stories. Kids being forced to announce their lunch status publicly. Children being seated by family income. One mother said her daughter stopped eating lunch entirely rather than face Patterson's daily humiliation. The district tried damage control, but social media exploded. Justice for Marcus started trending locally. Parents organized protests. The school board held an emergency meeting while reporters camped outside. Patterson was fired within a week. Principal Johnson was demoted to a classroom position at another school. The entire district implemented new anti-discrimination policies for meal programs, with mandatory sensitivity training for all staff. The local community rallied around us in ways I never expected. I received job offers from parents who owned businesses. Someone set up a GoFundMe that raised $15,000 for families affected by lunch shaming. A local restaurant started donating free meals to the school. Marcus now eats lunch with his friends every day, laughing and trading snacks like normal kids do. He told me last week that he's proud his mom fought the mean teacher and won. Sometimes protecting your child means risking everything you have. Your job, your stability, your reputation, but seeing him smile at lunchtime makes every sacrifice worth it.